Hi everyone, and welcome to the March edition of my monthly landscape series. I know it is practically May at this point, but, well, I've got no excuse really, I just started this one really late. One of my main associations with March is the start of spring and everything turning green again, and since my last two images were snow-based, I really wanted to lead it on the greens for this one. So with that in mind, I mainly used my paints from Choosing Keeping, which are Japanese watercolours, because they are based in sort of natural colours of the world and there are a lot of greens to work with in this image. And I've been discovering over the years of doing photography and doing art that green is actually a very hard colour to work with. I need to put in as many shades as possible for the human eye to kind of accept it as natural. So having that many shades and that many different colours of green to work with was a huge benefit for my image. And one of the things that really helps is that the set has a lot of rich, deep greens and bluish greens that really help just build up that natural palette that you want from an image. I did also use my Graham watercolours because they also have a lot of rich tones, and I tended to go towards the yellows for them. Not that the yellows in the Japanese watercolours aren't gorgeous, they really are, but there's a lot of more sort of brownish yellow shades in the Graham watercolour set that I have that works with some of the buildings I was doing and some of the glazing effects I wanted on the path, for example. And so yeah, the core themes of this piece are the colours coming back into the world from winter, and also of course daffodils, which are sort of the flower and plants that I associate the most with March, even though they didn't actually arrive till quite late this time. But I added them in with gouache later. They were a key component of the image for me, and I wanted to make sure I got it right. And of course, to talk about my experiences doing this piece, it was probably the one I was least motivated for so far. Like, it's probably one of the reasons why it's taken me most of the month to do it. I just was finding that I wasn't getting the same kick of inspiration I had with the other images from this series. And there could be many reasons for that. Snow is inherently exciting, so I think naturally I had a bit more of an urge to create images from the previous months. March itself was a very slow month for me. I was taking some time out of social media and doing art, and I didn't get that many reference photos from the month. And going back through my archives of photos I've taken, it was very hard to actually find images that I knew were solidly from March. So I was kind of feeling bad for the month of March because apart from daffodils and the fact that the world is coming to life again, there wasn't anything I found unique about it. Regardless, I did make a commitment to do a painting based off the month for this whole year, so I was going to do it. I wasn't going to let the lack of inspiration stop me. So I looked through some of my artists that I like and just really wanted to do something, as ever, quite Ghibli styled, especially the Ponyo style. I've gotten really into the idea of doing watercolours and paint and then adding pencil crayon to help shade the image and actually work as its own colouring scheme rather than going over some colours to make them pop a bit more, but making it part of how the image looks overall. The effect wasn't pronounced as I'd originally intended, because I ended up going back over the pencil crayons with the Japanese watercolours because I found the colours just was so nice and what I wanted to use. That drive was a key component in me creating this image. And I am proud of myself for pushing through and creating something that I do ultimately like. And as ever, if you want to support me, then leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, and support me on my social medias. Thank you so much for watching.